Hey, so I had somebody maybe about a week or so ago ask for like a denture show and tell. They wanted to see all the dentures I've had over the past 11 years. So I figured we're gonna go through that. So real quick, I've got them lined up. Let me flip you around so you can see. All the way from my very first set of dentures, try-ins, and to now. All right, so let's just get into it. This right here was my very first set of dentures. So 11 years ago in August, when I got all my teeth extracted, I didn't leave with same-day dentures. I got these a couple weeks later. So these were kind of immediate, kind of not immediate, if that makes sense. And as you can see, they've got a lot of product in them. This is pink, so it's Dentach. They're full of Dentach, and look how big these are. You see how big these are? Yeah. I know they make them big to account for swelling, but these were just so large that even after the 6-month mark, when all my swelling and stuff was down, I still couldn't function in these. These just, they don't fit in here. And they're a pain in the butt to wear. And they had spots on them that they never shaved down, and they just didn't understand what was wrong when I was trying to explain it to them, so they could never really fix anything. So that was my first set. Then about a year later, they remade my set to my, I guess, my perms, and that is this set here. Look at all that cushion grip. Look at it. These are full of cushion grip. You can just see it all in there. That's that dark orange color you're seeing, and then you got the pink acrylic showing. Yeah, there's a ton of it. And look at it, how it overflowed here. I needed that overflow there just to be able to hold it with my tongue and stuff. So these were a little bit smaller, but not by a whole lot. The bite was off slightly. You can kind of see it, see those little gaps in the teeth and stuff. Those shouldn't be there. And there were places on the upper and lower that were pinching really bad, and they couldn't, for whatever reason, they just never listened, and they were never able to get them right. So these, even with the cushion grip and stuff in them, I could not wear these at all. I actually had to go back to my first set, which you heard me tell you how bad those were, and I had to wear those when I wanted to wear teeth, because the second set was even worse. So that was about my first year's worth of teeth journey. Fast forward 10 years, last year, in March of last year, 2024, I started going through a company. I'm not going to name their name because they'll yell at me and stuff. Sorry, my kids are being crazy. They'll yell at me and stuff, and they weren't a great company to work with. They didn't listen to what I wanted. They just gave me what they wanted and what they thought was best. And I didn't get really much of a say in like the size of my teeth and stuff, so I wasn't fully happy with them. I was happy with them in the beginning because it seemed like we were getting somewhere. But then as time went on, they couldn't get the fit right. The fit was getting worse each try-in, and I kept trying to tell them, well, these feel big and bulky, and so on and so forth. The bite was off, but they just refused to listen. The first set ended up breaking. They sent me another set, same exact one that broke because the bite was off, and it wasn't a good experience. But we're gonna go through them. This was my first set of try-ins from them. These ones I liked, but the bite was still off. You can see the gaps in the teeth and stuff. But these were a little bit smaller, and I liked the feel of them. I wanted the canines to be pointier, and they said they couldn't do that for whatever reason. But these I ended up wearing for about 2 or 3 months because these were the most comfortable pair I had at the time. And then this was my second set of try-ins from them. These ones this is where they started getting bigger and bulkier. I just didn't like the big bulky feeling of them. The teeth were too big, and it wasn't something I liked. So yeah, that was a whole thing. And then they sent me a third try-in, which is what my permanent ones were based off of. You can see these don't really go together that well, but this is what my finals were based off of from them. Yeah, they don't go together that well at all. These I had to put a lot of cushion grip in just to get them to fit right and feel snug. You can see that they're quite big here, whereas my perms that I'm wearing now are a lot smaller and thinner. So yeah, this was not good. So these were the perms they sent me. These were my second set of perms from them. You can see the bite still off by quite a bit, especially on that one side. It's worse on one side than the other side. And these are full of denture fit, just to get them to stay in my mouth. There's actually like 3 layers of denture fit on the top and two or three on the bottom, because they wouldn't stay in without anything because they're just big and bulky. And I didn't like how big the teeth are. Look at the difference in the teeth sizes. See, these are smaller. I like the smaller size teeth. They kept telling me we couldn't make your teeth smaller because if we make your teeth smaller, they're gonna break. And then I found this other company, Dentures, who's amazing, and here we are. I got what I wanted. And yeah. All right, so that's the end of the failed experimental company that I went with. Next, I got 2 sets of try-ins from Dentures, who I love Dentures. Dentures is the bomb when it comes to making teeth. They know exactly what they're doing. This was my first try-in from them. I have a little dentatch in them just because I needed some suction, and for whatever reason, I can't get suction unless I have a little something on top. You can see it's such a thin, small layer. I didn't even need very much. But these were almost perfect. These were almost perfect. I loved these. They were so comfortable. But we needed to fix the bite and stuff, so we ended up with a second set of try-ins. These right here. I did some adjustments in these for her. I think these were the ones I sent back, and then she sent back to me. That's why it's got the stuff they use, the kind of like, it comes out like denture fit. I forget what you call it, the reline it stuff. And these are what these are based off of. These are my finals. This is the perms I got. Well, unfortunately, we found out the bite's slightly off, so they're working on fixing that right now. They actually said they're going to be sending me a second, or I guess it would be third bottom try-in, because they're adjusting the bottoms to make the bite better. So then they'll remake the bottoms into a permanent set for me, and then I'll be all good to go. But these are great. I've been eating in these and everything. These are great. These are my finals, my perms. I love them. So that is all the dentures I've had for the past 11 years. That's crazy, right? Crazy. What?
I'm happy for you.
Oh, she said she's happy for me. Thank you. So there you go. 11 years worth of dentures.